Hey, hey. So good to see everyone here. Okay, I see I've got 5 people, but it looks like I'm getting an error saying that I did not go live into one of my Facebook groups. You guys, let me know where you're coming from. So say hello to me. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me tell you where I'm coming from. We have moved. So I'm really excited because I've got this whole new big studio room that I'm creating just for myself. And we moved houses, and one of the reasons was to make that happen. So I'm in this new room, but as you can see, the walls are pink right now, and there is stuff everywhere. So it's a total disaster. So I'm so glad to be joining you. I see Jackie from Alabama. I see Yesham. She's in Colorado. You guys, so excited because today we're talking with Denise Imbesi, and we've got a huge announcement that I know I've been alluding to for a long time. You guys have heard us talk about it. I think you might know what it is. Denise Imbesi, if you don't know, is the CEO and founder of Muscle Mixes Music, one of the largest running music services for fitness professionals. And did I say largest running? Longest running music services. And we're going to be talking about music licensing and the advances that are being made in music licensing for fitness professionals so that we can use great music without worrying about licensing restrictions. So super exciting stuff. I'm really excited to have her on today. We've been planning this appearance for a really, really long time. Before I bring her on, let me tell you, I'm Kelly Coulter. I have been obsessed with helping fitness professionals grow their businesses since the pandemic. I had a marketing firm before that, and now full-time, I coach fitness instructors and personal trainers on creating direct-to-consumer businesses so that you can change more lives and make a real living doing it. So let's get started. I'm going to bring Denise on, and we are just going to do this. Hello, my friend.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, everyone. Good to see you with your pink background. I like it.
My pink. I had to put on the pink hat because I'm in the middle of the move, so I look terrible. And
Oh,
it matches.
I like it. I like it. You got to be matchy.
Denise, I am so excited to be having this conversation with you today.
Woo, woo, woo. I
Yeah.
am too. I'm very excited too. And it's so nice of you to have me on here. I love all your people. They are so good, and you treat them so well. So I'm very happy to be here.
We have a good time. You
Yeah, you
guys.
do.
So before we get into it, tell me this. Where are you using music the most right now? So in the comments, I want you guys to let me know, where are you using music? Are you online? Are you in person? What types of classes are you using your music in? And I want to hear in the comments. So give me a second. Let me know, first of all, in person or online, and what kinds of formats are you using your music in? So today we're talking with Denise. We're going to talk all about music licensing. So let's start here. What are the big struggles facing fitness professionals right now in terms of music licensing?
Are you asking me?
I am.
Well, it seems like it's been a struggle for a long time because at the beginning it was ignorance. Nobody knew what they could do and couldn't do in terms of, where can I use some music? Do I have to pay a license? What does that mean? Now I think, fast forward, if you want to call that the fitness industry started in the 80s, right?
Mhm.
You could fast forward and say that I think a lot of instructors know that they're very knowledgeable that what they should and shouldn't do. Because and the reason why I say that is because we got bombarded with emails during the pandemic when they had to go digital
Yes,
and
you
say,
did.
because they knew, I'm not supposed to do this, right? What do I do? So I think that's the biggest struggle. And then the other biggest struggle is there still tends to be a gray area around it.
Mhm.
Um, some companies are saying some things that are different than another. So
Mhm.
I think it's it's not as clear as where do I go buy, turn on my lights for my house or whatever. It's just not as simple sometimes because there's a lot of rights holders involved in the making of a song. So they've got to make sure everybody's paid for different reasons depending on what the usage is. So I would say the struggle is, well, social media. There's a lot of confusion still there in social media because a lot of content's still coming down. I was just watching, okay, I went to see Taylor Swift, if you're not tell a lie. But
Whoop, whoop.
I was watching, I love to see people streaming from the concert, after. It's really cool. But this one girl, very smart, she muted out Taylor Swift's music so that she could monetize the YouTube video. And all she did was video, her video consisted of her getting merch, her in line, her getting, whatever. And you could see it, but you couldn't hear it. So, there's a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the way around, I think it's been challenging.
So just to back up, what's been happening in the past is when we taught in person, it was easy because whether you were using the music that you bought from Muscle Mixes or some of the other music services, the gym or the facility paid the licensing. And
Right.
so we didn't have any issues. When we
Right.
started going online, we started having issues because if you want to broadcast your class on social media, if you want to advertise on social media, you're going to get muted because you don't have the rights to the music.
Right.
If you want to record your classes and sell them, that's illegal
That's right.
currently with the way that music is licensed. So you
Correct.
had to go royalty free. Of
That's
course,
right.
royalty free means that you don't have the popular music by the original artist. You're using usually lyric free and all instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Muscle Mix did make a commitment at the beginning of the pandemic to really up the royalty free
Type of.
game,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and you guys did a great job at that.
Thank you.
It still was royalty free and it wasn't Taylor Swift.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You're exactly right. And, the record industry, as I understand it, I'm not an attorney. I always have to make that disclaimer. But the way I understand it is the record industry looks at video that's recorded in the same category as a movie. And
Mhm.
it's syncing music to movement. And they call it a synchronization license because that's what you're doing. So they view that as, oh, you got to pay us a lot of money because in a movie, millions of eyeballs are looking at those movies. So I think that's how it originated and why it became problematic, that it stemmed from the movie industry. Of course, the fitness industry is large, but it's not as large as the movie industry. So I think that hasn't been tweaked.
Yeah.
So
Good point. Good point. Okay. So, at the beginning of the pandemic, you started this process.
yes, I did. Oh my goodness.
So, almost exactly 3 years ago, maybe a little bit, maybe even a little bit more.
Wow, has it been 3 years? Yeah, I guess it has.
Yeah.
20, 21, yeah,
2023.
it's
So, you
unbelievable.
started going to the big licensing agencies. So, the rights holders in the music industry are really Universal and then a few smaller others, correct?
Universal, Sony, and Warner, they call them the big three. They're the three big record labels in the world. And
Mhm.
then there's a whole bunch of smaller independent labels.
Mhm.
So, but most of the artists that we all know, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, they're all represented by the three majors all
Yep.
over the world. Yeah.
Okay. And so you started going and saying, okay, how can I, as a music distributor, license this music for the fitness industry?
Yeah, I mean, what happened was we got, like I said, bombarded by everybody, instructors and gyms, saying, we are going into video, we're recording it. What do we do? And I started to think that since there's a solution for the TikTokers where you can just go on TikTok, pick your song, and off you go, why shouldn't there be something for fitness? And yes, I started contacting us. You always start with the record labels. You have to eventually go to the publishers, but the record labels have to buy off because it's the record label represents the artist.
Mhm.
And that's that decides the majority of everything. If the artist is
Okay.
okay with it, the publisher will say okay.
Okay.
typically.
Beautiful. And so recently you have finalized a deal.
Oh, it's so exciting. We are, we're at the beginning of this, but I have a vision. I have dreams of being the place to make your life easy, to make fitness instructors' life easy, to make gyms' life easy. Anybody who's recording music with video. And also, we have another product too, which is being able to take the popular music and blend it together and change the beats per minute and do all the things that
Mhm.
instructors need.
Oh,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Don't let me forget to circle back to that because that
Okay.
is huge. That's going to be so
Okay.
huge for us.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
the
yeah.
first piece of this is that you have finalized a deal with Universal and you are able to offer popular music by the original artists
Yes, it's
on
very
your app.
exciting. It's something I've been working on for 30 years. No, not really. I say that because
You and I
30
have been talking about this for 12 years.
we have,
Mhm.
yes. Well, because it's just things don't happen until it's right. It's the right time. It's the right time now because
Mhm.
of TikTok, because of Instagram Reels, because of Peloton, because the ground has been laid on, fitness being looked at as a
Mm.
serious industry for the exposure of artists, new music.
Mhm.
I mean, because really, we don't consume and discover music the way we used to. We used to discover music purely by listening to terrestrial radio, turning on the radio and listening. Those It's changed completely. How do you discover a new artist? Unless it's on TV, if you're even watching TV anymore, most people watching
Mhm.
Netflix. So how do you hear new stuff? And that's what the record labels were starting to realize. This fitness industry, there's something to it because, I
I
mean,
heard you say that with ANC earlier today, and she brought up such a good point about so Les Mills has had rights to certain pieces of music, but not all of it for a long time. And she's a big Les Mills instructor.
mhm,
And she was talking about how a lot of instructors and participants in Body Balance are now following certain artists because Les Mills
yeah,
had the rights. Now, this kind of flips that on his face because what we're talking about is big artists, not kind of B
yeah,
level artists like they were
right,
using.
right.
Um, but but yeah, the pandemic just showed the music industry that the fitness industry there's a
Good
problem
point.
there, and also that we are a valid place to bank their time and energy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because you make a good point. It was the pandemic that
Yeah.
was the catalyst for this. Because you're absolutely right. Because now we need it, and there's no better way, in my opinion, to expose music or an artist to a mass,
Mhm.
majority of people in than in classes or on demand because there's a lot of people, a lot of eyeballs watching. There's a lot of
Mhm.
people participating on a daily, hourly basis, all day
Yes.
long. So it's
Yes.
like the radio station of the 2023,
It's like the new radio station. We don't have radio stations
We
anymore.
don't have
Well,
radio, it's a
we
new
do have
radio
radio
station.
stations.
Exactly.
Okay, so you guys, I wanna know from you, how exciting is this? Is this making sense to you? And give me some hearts and fire. I wanna see a little bit of excitement coming from the audience here. We're feeding off of you guys here. We have been talking about this for so long, and we have been so excited to make this announcement. So everybody, give me your hearts and fire. Let them come across the screen. Give me some comments. We're gonna sit here and wait for them.
You're so funny. Hearts and fire. I don't know what that
Hearts and
means. Does that
fire.
mean like emojis?
Yeah, give me some emojis.
Oh,
I think I don't know how you make them go across the screen, but it happens.
okay. Hearts and fire. I don't see any. That's
Hearts
not
and
good.
fire, come on. Come on, hearts and fire. All right, so you have inked a deal with Universal. You are able to offer popular music by the original artist on the app. And what that means is not only do we now have access to popular music by original artists, it also means that you're able to make the playlists within the Muscle Mix. New name,
Yep.
back up, new name.
New name. Yep.
The Vibes app.
we have decided to not rebrand, but this is new for us. It's been 30 plus years that we've been very successful and very happy with Muscle Mix and that name. But this is so different that we want to make sure our users know that we are different. So we've decided to call it Vibes, and it's the Vibes music app. And it's not live yet. You were going to say, so you want to finish what you were saying, or you want me to?
Well, I was going to talk a little bit about functionality, and then we'll
Okay,
give
yeah,
them where they
let's.
can get on the waiting list so they can be the first to get the new app when it is released. So, functionality wise, you get in the Vibes Music app, you can make your playlist.
Mhm.
And then tell us about the big features that you guys are releasing and allowing us to do with the popular music by the original artists within that
Yes.
app.
Yeah, so that's the exciting part. We already have the app in the back end. It's not live yet, but I'm seeing it and it's like, oh my God, I put in Dua Lipa and a bunch of songs came up. It's so exciting. But yeah, so you have access to hundreds of thousands of songs by
Mhm.
all the people you know and love. And in the app, it's all in this app. In the app, you can beat mix, meaning you can take songs and they'll play seamlessly together, like on beat. And also you can change. This is the best part. Well, number one, the fact that it lists the beats per minute. I keep hearing that as a
Oh,
complaint.
yeah.
Yeah, we hear that a lot.
Huge.
People with Spotify, they don't know what the beats per minute. It doesn't mean you can't find out. Of course, there's apps and ways you can find out, but it's an extra step that you don't need to do. So this will list the beats per minute, and then you
And you
can
can
adjust the
search by
beats per
beats
minute.
per minute within the app, right?
That's right. That's right. And you can mix, change the tempo so that they can mix on beat, because you're not going to mix something 130 with 135. You got to get them at the same beats per minute so they can
Mhm.
blend together smoothly. You can add pauses in between if you want. Um, on the roadmap, we have plans where we don't have it yet, but we have plans to add whistle sounds or a voice that says change stations and create more of a customized,
Ooh, I'm
interval
excited
streaming
about
kind of
that.
thing. Yeah. This is a lot of fun stuff. And we love feedback too, by the way. If you have feedback, we'd love to hear what you have to say. Any input that you can give, the better. Yeah.
Hello@musclemix.com.
Hello@musclemixes.com. Yes,
Musclemixes.com.
I know.
All right. So beats per minute, huge. You can
Beats
search
per
by
minute.
beats per minute. You can change the beats per minute of a popular music by the original artist.
That's right. That's what's so awesome. And you can blend them together like a DJ.
Blend the songs together.
Our auto mix the feature. You put the songs in a playlist, you press mix, and they all blend and it's seamless. Yeah, it's great.
Of course, search by artist.
Search by artist, search by song, search by beats per minute. We have genre categories that
Mhm.
you can look up your different genres that you like. You can preview the music, play it before you know. Oh, and the other big feature is that you could play this offline because you don't want to have to rely on Wi-Fi in order to
Mhm.
teach your class, because that wouldn't be good. So once you create your playlist and it's all mixed together, you save it and you download it. You don't really download it. It's called a tethered download. It's temporary. So as long as you maintain your membership, it will stay in the app. So
I love it. I just want to say I know the app piece of this has been almost as big of a passion for you as the music licensing piece.
yeah,
I
for
know
sure.
that you want this to be right, and that's why you've held off for another week or two on the release of the app because you want it to be exactly right. So, I just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you so much for your hard work on the
Aw.
licensing piece and the functionality piece.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that you're partnering with us because you've been a big help too. But yeah, we want a world-class app to contain world-class music. So
Mhm.
we want to make sure this is right. And that's why we put it off a couple weeks. So we're
And this
shooting
is
for
why
May
it's
1st.
better than Spotify for
Absolutely.
years.
It's more specialized. When you are a fitness instructor, which you are, you want to be able to speak the same language and put in the
Mhm.
word Tabata. And also Terry's asking about premixes, and we are going to also have premixes because we know a lot of people don't like to have to think or have the time to pick out songs. We'll do it for you. So
Mhm.
we will definitely have a whole bunch of premixes using the original artists,
Yes,
which is kind of
and
cool.
with the Vibes for Brands product, you will also have the specific playlists for the different brands that you're working
Absolutely.
with.
Yeah, if you have a brand or format that you think requires you want to have another revenue stream, and then you think it requires music, which a lot of them do, we can customize it for you. And it could be in a private portal that, you know, we can set up for your instructors. So I don't know if any of your people are doing that, but maybe they are because they are
Oh, yeah.
businesses, right?
I've
Yeah.
got a lot of format creators that watch
Oh,
the show. I've had a lot of format
awesome.
creators in my last few Serve Lead Sell master
Oh,
classes. So yes, definitely.
wow.
Yeah, if
Very cool.
so if you've got like a bar format or any kind of format where you're using specific lists of songs and you're releasing choreography, contact Denise or Melissa at Muscle Mixes because
Yeah.
they're able to white label those playlists for you, have them available through the app and help you to distribute the music and get again the popular music by the original artist to you for those classes.
And you get some revenue, you know, you
Yes.
earn some money. So yeah, so that's the first big piece is being able to edit the music, mix the music, adjust the beats per minute, just like you said, and for instructors for their in-person
Mhm.
classes. Phase two, which we're launching August 1st, you'll be able to use the app for your video. That'll be an extra cost, and it's a different program. But
Mhm.
we won't launch that right off the bat. Right now, we want to get it out to instructors who we love and who loves us, and we've
Mhm.
been working with for so long. And get your feedback. You know, we want as much feedback as we can get.
So I'm going to circle back to what you just said so that everybody's clear on where it can be used and then where this is going.
Okay.
Right. So this first iteration of the app that's going to be coming out is for use in person
Mhm.
and Zoom, yes or no?
Zoom, yes, as long as
Okay.
it's not recorded. Yep.
But not recorded. So
Right.
so similar to so
Live
similar to
streaming.
some of the ways that people have been using, but the big differentiator is the functionality within the app.
Right.
But you are also working with Universal to secure that licensing so that it can be used in video, and that'll be that version 2 that'll come
Well,
shortly after.
we've already secured the license. We just
Mhm.
have to set up some technology so
Mhm.
that the burden is on us right now. We've already gotten the license. We just have to make sure the tech is just right because they have to track everything. And it's a
Yes.
little tougher when you're tracking video as opposed to in person. So that's the only thing. But the license is secure. We already got that. Yeah, for
Whoop,
sure.
whoop.
It's exciting. Yeah. So we have to go through some tech, and once we get that just right, everybody would be happy because we have to report to them, and so we're so excited. Oh my goodness.
It's
When we get
so
that
good. It's
when we see that first customer, and once we see that first video using the music, it's going to be amazing.
it's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
So Jackie is asking what the cost. I know there's a founder's rate. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So we are coming out of the gate. Yes. So Katie asked, Muscle Mix subscription. We are doing something special for Muscle Mix existing subscribers. So if you are, what I tell you now is going to be you'll get a little bit of a break as an existing subscriber. So the rate for the app as it is for instructor for in person is $20 per month. Or if you prepay for the year, it's $200 a year, which averages out to be about $16 a month. So it's a really decent price. And you get everything, all the music, all the great music that we all know and love. And you get to mix it and have all those other featers we just discussed. So it's pretty cool. And
Well,
if
we
you're a
appreciate you so
subscriber,
much. I really
thank
know
you.
you have such a heart for instructors.
Oh, thank
Because
you.
I'll be honest, you guys, I told her to charge a lot more.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely not one to charge a lot because I like to make sure that instructors are taken care of. I know how many subscriptions you have already to programs and all sorts of other things. So we want to keep it realistic, you know.
Very cool. So the key is to get on the waiting list right now.
Yes, please come on.
Tell us
I have a
about
I have a
the
link to share, or I can just tell you it's going to be Muscle Mix. It's live right now. musclemixes.com/waiting list all together.
I'm
So
putting that in the
easy.
comments.
Please put it in. Yeah, easy peasy. Get on there because you'll know about this the minute it launches. We may or may not have something special for you. Um, so somebody, yeah,
Some
she
little
put it in.
surprises.
Some little surprises. I don't know what they are yet. We're shooting for a launch day of May 1st. It's looking good. And I can't wait to hear as much feedback as you want to give us on, anything. What do you want? What do you want added? What do you like about it? What you don't like? We want to hear everything. So please, please, please. A couple of years ago, maybe it's been a year and a half, we started that fitness music lounge, which we, have created. If you're not in the fitness music lounge group, please jump on in. It's on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Yep. We'd love to hear as much as we can from you.
So good.
This is
Denise,
so exciting, and we really want to advocate for the fitness industry. That's what this is all about. We want to help you guys out by going to the labels, which is what I've done, and get the best pricing that we possibly can to use the best music without breaking the law, like the name of this interview is, and feel safe that it's going to be okay. Now, it doesn't mean that you can use it on social media. We haven't crossed that bridge, but for the time
honestly,
being,
I don't
yeah,
know if we'll ever get to the
yeah,
place where you can use it on social media because there's no way to tell the social media outlets that you have the rights to the music.
exactly, exactly.
That's a big issue.
You're right. You're right. So I'm not sure if that'll ever happen. But we're really excited about what we've done so far. And like I said, we'd love to hear your feedback. And we can't wait to get this out to you guys as soon as humanly possible.
Well, I am so excited as well. And I want to thank you on behalf of all of my watchers, all of my listeners for your diligence and your hard work on this. I know it's been a real labor of love for you, and I'm really excited to see this come to fruition for you,
Thank you so
for
much.
all
And
of us.
I know I'm assuming many of you are business owners in your own right, right? Never give up. If you have an idea and you in your gut believe that it's something that you want and you think that in your heart and your gut is true, don't give up. Just make it happen. That's it. Sounds easy. I'm exhausted 2 years later. Oh, yeah. But no, it's this was a tough one. I mean, most things out there are not going to be this tough. Working with the record labels is a challenge. And it's expensive. A lot of attorney fees.
Thank you
But
for doing it for us so that we
you're
didn't
welcome.
have to.
Exactly. So we've got some other exciting things down the line over the roadmap of what we're going to launch, which I don't want to reveal yet, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited. And maybe one day, who knows, maybe we'll get Lady Gaga at an Idea World convention. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh my gosh. I get to
Okay, no
introduce her.
promises, but it'd be really cool to get somebody who is fitness oriented, whoever
Yeah.
that may be. I mean, they almost all are in great shape, but we'd love to do that. If a trade show is in LA, where most of them live anyway, bring them on. Then wouldn't that be fun? I mean, no promises, but I'm always thinking, let's think big. Why not?
I love this. I love this because I'm fascinated with the idea that there are a lot of famous people who started off as aerobics instructors.
Oh,
So,
is
like
that
when you read
true?
a lot of bios of entertainers, I mean, I guess it's natural because they come from dance backgrounds and entertainment backgrounds. So, but
Oh,
at one point I remember I had done a post and I was like, you guys, who do you know that started off as a fitness instructor? It's like J Lo,
she did?
yeah, or at least
Oh,
they've done it at some
yeah,
point,
they've
maybe
done it at
they
some point. Well,
And
J-Lo's
I
on
learned
our
something
app.
new about you this morning that, you wanted to
You
be a
learn.
dancer. I never knew that.
Did it? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my background. I mean, that's the progression, right? Either dance or gymnastics or something
Mhm.
like that leads you to fitness
It's
instructor, right?
gymnastics for me, yeah.
See? Yep. So yeah, but yeah, I didn't. We got to find out who those celebrities are I used to teach. That's exciting to know. I mean, I know a lot of them taught yoga or teach yoga, but I don't know if they really did the teaching or they were just the face. I remember that one artist. I forgot her name right now, but anyway, can we
Okay, so
please?
Sky Yoga and Fitness, I think that's Anne. She's asking, can you create something for Tai Chi and Qigong? I know you've got some premixes and different things now in the app that would be appropriate for those. Tell us.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so interesting that you asked that question, Anne, because that seems to be our number one requested music right now is Mind Body. It's
Mhm.
unbelievable. But yes, we have all types of music in there. It's not just the top 40, artists. We have all sorts of music. You just go to, trying to think what genre it would be. I can't think of what it is right now because, the music industry calls it different sometimes than what we do. I don't remember the name, but yes, for sure, we'll have music for Tai Chi and Qigong.
Excellent.
And I've never done a Qigong. Am I saying it wrong? I've never done it, um, but I've definitely done Tai Chi and I love yoga. So
So good. Thank you for coming on and making this announcement.
thanks
Thank
so
you for
much.
that.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I love coming on and anything we can do for you, we're always here. So
Thank you.
please let us know. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Okay, you guys. So that is the big announcement we have been waiting for. Get on the waiting list because as soon as that app is available for download, we are going to send it to you and you're going to be able to download it and subscribe at that founders rate. So make sure that you go to musclemixes.com/waiting list and get on the waiting list right now. And that app will be coming right around May 1st. Y'all, if you are watching on YouTube, please give me a like and subscribe no matter where you're watching. Leave your comments, make sure that we know that you were here and that all of your questions are answered. We will come back and answer any questions, even if you're watching in the replay. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you're in the Grow Your Business for Fitness Instructors, Trainers, and Coaches group. And I will see you guys again next week. All right. Bye.